Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to look at another special book. Today's book is called The Boy and the Airplane. And what I'm really excited about in this book is it is another picture book that has no words. The author and the illustrator is Mark Pett, and the title is The Boy and the Airplane. Now, what I love about the story, again, is that there are no words inside the story. We have words on the title, and you know about the title, and you know the job of the author and the illustrator. And there's a nice picture, and the rest of the book is filled with wonderful pictures with detail. Take a look at the little boy. Our pictures always match our words. Here, the boy has his airplane. So the title of the story is The Boy and the Airplane. Our pictures match our words, just like you're drawing and you are thinking of great ideas. This author has great ideas in the story. And again, he drew his pictures with so much detail that we do not even need words. Here is the opening page. There's a boy with a box. Over here you'll notice, looks like someone is leaving. I'm already starting to wonder what's in the box and who is that leaving? Suddenly, though, the boy opened the box and inside there was a red airplane, and it looked like so much fun. He thought, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to go through the door, and I am going to have so much fun playing with this airplane. You can see he's outside because he drew a very important detail. There's a bird, there's the grass, there's a puddle, there's the boy, and he's moving. You can tell he's got ovals, he's got special clothes on, and he's got his red airplane. Wonder what he'll do next. The boy played with his airplane, and he played with his airplane. He made it go down. He made it go all around, and he had so much fun running around his airplane. He pretended he was an airplane. I don't know if you've ever done that. Put your arms out and pretended to be an airplane. It would be very fun to fly. And all of a sudden, oh my goodness, I gave you a peek ahead. The boy sat down his airplane and thought, I know what I can do. I can throw it. I can throw it really super high. And that's just what he did. There it goes, and up, there's that secret page I showed you earlier. It went up really high. So high in the sky that he almost couldn't see it. He was looking up and wondering, oh my, where'd it go? Uh-oh. It was on the roof, stuck way up high. Now, boys and girls, if your teacher has taught you to turn and talk, and I bet they have, they might like to pause this, give you a chance to turn and predict what might happen next. If not, be thinking it in your head. Let's find out. He decided that he would go and he would get a ladder. That was a great idea. Some of you may have made that prediction. He put it up against the house, but there was a problem. It wasn't high enough and he still couldn't reach. He looked and he studied it and he took away the ladder. That didn't work. Good try. He had several other ideas. First he thought, I'll lasso it down like a cowboy. And he thought, hey, I'm pretty good at baseball. I'll try to knock it down with my baseball. I know. I'll get my pogo stick. I can go really high on my pogo stick. Or I can be like a fireman and I can knock it down with my water hose. Those are great ideas, but nothing seemed to work. He thought, not sure what to do next. So he sat by the tree and just thought some more. Sometimes it's a good idea just to sit down and do some good thinking. When all of a sudden, as he sat by the tree, a little seed fell from way up high. I wonder what you were noticing in the story and what you're thinking might happen. He decided that he would get a shovel. You can tell there's some details. He must be going out to like the garage or the tool shed where they keep their special equipment. Lots of background details. There's that bird again. And he decided he was going to get that shovel and he was going to dig a hole and he was going to plant that seed. Now, boys and girls, he labeled for us. P-A-T, pat, 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 pat. That's what he did with the shovel. He went pat, 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 pat. Actually, he just went pat, pat, pat because the author only wrote it 3 times. Can you say pat, pat, pat? Good job. 3 times. And then he waited. It became winter, and he waited. Suddenly there was just a little bit of a tree. Not big enough. And then the boy got older, and it was springtime. There were buds on the tree, you can notice. Not big enough yet. Suddenly he's an older man who has a job, and the tree is much, much bigger. But it must not be ready yet. Wonder what he's waiting for. Then he became a very old man, kind of like a grandpa. And the tree was very big. Wonder what he's waiting for. Now, he was a very old grandpa, maybe like some of you have a great-grandpa. And the tree was just right. Think about what he might do now. Look, there he is. I hope you were able to make a prediction. Silent cheer on the next page if you were right. If you weren't, maybe next time. There he is. And he can just about reach it. That tree finally grew big enough that he could climb up, get to the top of the roof, and grab it. And then he said, hooray! I finally have my plane, and I'm going to have so much fun. I'm going to fly it just like I did when I was a little boy. He flew it high, but suddenly he decided that maybe it wasn't as much fun as when he was a very little boy. So he had an idea. Look what he did. He wrapped up the present and he gave it to someone special. Maybe it's his granddaughter. Maybe it's a special friend. And there he goes. What a thoughtful idea to give her such a special present. Now, boys and girls, I have a question for you. Now that we've finished the story, I want you to turn and talk when your teacher says that she's ready. And I want you to think, how would you get the plane down? I want you to have a great idea. How would you get the plane down from the roof? Maybe you can do it in some magical way. Or maybe you have a super smart way that you could do it. I want you to think about that as we close the book. I want you to draw with detail in your sketchbook or on white paper your own story about the airplane. How would you get the airplane down? Remember, it's a red airplane. You want to have that detail. It's a very important detail. A red airplane. How would you get it down from the roof? You're going to draw yourself, probably moving, with some great idea for how could you get that airplane down. I can't wait to hear about your great ideas. Now don't forget, you're going to draw with lots of detail, just like the author and illustrator did in this story. Mark Pett worked really hard on his details. He made sure that he drew movement and hair and clothes and the red airplane. I want you to draw yourself with lots of detail. Where are you in the story? Think about the background. He was outside. And then I want you to think of your one great idea, and I want you to draw it. But I want you to try one more thing. I want you to try to label your idea, and I want you to try to write some words. Maybe you could write words if you were this boy. Maybe you would want to write